Aloha, everybody. This is Cathy Bilsky, your spiritual warrior goddess on the Quantum Leap Let Light Unite show on UPRN radio. And it is June 2nd, 2017. And yeah, tonight we are doing the spiritual warrior stuff because a lot of craziness is really going on the planet, don't you think? Unbelievable. And a lot of good things I have to say, but, I think our country is pretty much of an embarrassment. Just from what I'm saying, our president is really way out there. Just want to remind everybody that August 21st, the solar eclipse, we're doing the World Enlightenment. You've got that on your refrigerator yet, and if you don't think we need world enlightenment by now, you are, listening to the wrong program. And what we want people to do is just start chanting, may divine enlightenment descend on everyone now, may divine enlightenment awaken within everyone now. Very easy, put it on your refrigerator. And you don't have to wait till that day to start chanting. I also got to honor all you guys that have tuned in and tuned into my program, because I've always been praying for the spiritual warriors to awaken and to work with me, and there you are. And if you're tuning into the show, and if you're helping me with light work, you are definitely a spiritual warrior, and what you are doing is making a difference on the planet, and I feel so honored to be working with you all again. Kind of brings tears to my eyes. Now, I had an interesting thing happen to me a couple of days ago, and I got bit by a wasp on my hand, and then it bit me on the ass. And all I could think of, other than, wow, God, you guys are really angry. And then, I don't get bit by these guys. I don't get bit by bees, but I got really stung. And, when you get bit in the rear, it's like getting a parking ticket. To me, that's God's way of saying get off your rear and start doing stuff. And when the elemental kingdom, kind of bites you in the ass, it's like, ooh, okay, what should I be doing? Well, I have to say, stuff like that, it kind of inspires me then, because it's like, to me, the elemental kingdom definitely got my attention, and they're crying out for help. And I talked about this before, that when you do the work and you want to see where you need to do the energy work on the planet, just look where it's the darkest, right? And I have to say, and this is only my point of view, mind you, but the darkest place on the planet, bar none, is Washington, D.C., our capital, and everyone that works there. And I also look at the planet and go, now, what kind of people are in control? We got a bunch of old white male racists. And I look at the Republicans, and you're really pretty racist people. And a lot of them are, God, especially the white male racists. Oh, geez, oh, Pete. And there's Democrats that are out of line too, but right now the Republicans are in control, and it's rape, pillage, and plunder to them. And I am so tired of them going after women and women's issues, and going after abortion and women's rights and their bodies. I mean, these old guys in Texas went to as far as going to make it illegal if you drive a woman to an abortion. I mean, Jesus, what are you trying to do? Take us back to the 1300s? Oop, yes, you are. Cancel, clear, cancel, clear, cancel, clear. That's not acceptable. And they're usually Republicans that are pushing these agendas forward and take away poor rights. And this includes Trump. He's right up there. He's head of this. He's a very white racist man, very vindictive. So anyway, that little wasp bite in the ass really impressed me to write some energy work and putting the white male racist Republican Party, and just so I wouldn't get in trouble, enlightened Democrats in a position of harmlessness. So that's definitely something we're going to be working on tonight. And speaking of, crazy ass shit that's going on in the world, yeah, I'm sure everybody's heard about Kathy Griffin for now, right now. And I'm going to have to put my 2 cents and stand with her. She, to me, is one of the most funniest comedians on the planet, bar none. She does take it to the edge. And I love the woman. She's bold. She says stuff that we only think. She says it out loud. And when I saw her last stunt with that little head thing, I looked and guys, I am not Jesus. I am not Mother Teresa. I'm a spiritual warrior goddess. I swear. I do like dark comedy sometimes. I love Kathy Griffin, and she is for adults. She's not for children. So when I saw her with that little head thing, I just kind of got a little chuckle, and I went, oh my God, that's a little dark, Kathy, a little dark humor, okay? And then I noticed how it just blew up for that poor woman. And our creepy president has gone after her because he's got nothing better to do, and he's so friggin' vindictive. And all these old white men are going after her, and they're vindictive. I mean, the woman has apologized. She's owned what she did, and it should be over. But no, it's much easier to gang up on the poor defenseless woman than it is to remember what the President of the United States is doing and all the treasonous acts him and his family are doing, huh? Because the Republicans, conservatives would rather go after her. Because she sticks up for women, she sticks up for the gays. She has gone overseas, for crap's sake, and gone and service for the servicemen and women over there. That's something very few entertainers have the balls to do. She's done it. She's gone over and did shows for the troops. She has made one really bad mistake, and I had to step back and think about this for a while. And I'm going, comedy is all about timing. And if she would have done this around, Halloween, no one would have said anything. They would have said, well, it's a little bit dark, but it's Halloween, right? But unfortunately, this is not the month of Halloween, is it? It's June. So leave her the crap alone and focus back on Trump where your attention needs to be, not on a comedian, for God's sake. And I'm going to give her a lot of credit for standing and holding her own. And it's not easy for her because she doesn't have any big studios or anybody else behind her. She's one hell of a strong woman. And I hope one day I can call her my good friend. All right, on that note, I am going to do the energy balancing curse removal for everybody really quick and help clear out your path. And then we're going to go and do some energy work. And we're going to start with the Republicans. I will be honest with you. And okay, for those of you that think I am, bipartisan and unenlightened Democrats. But first, we're going to do the energy balancing curse removal. And if you haven't done this before, it just opens up all your chakras, all your energy centers, and it removes curses, energy overlays, things that may be blocking you and stopping you from going forward and being successful. And the more successful you are, then maybe you'll give light work a little bit more attention. So if you haven't done it yet, hurry up and go grab your crystals, because that's going to amplify our work. And I've been really, really blessed because I'm the caretaker of a 1,000-pound Celestial Earthkeeper crystal that I have at my store in Honoka'a, Hawaii, which you're all invited to come to. It's a really pretty cool place, and Hawaii is definitely paradise. And Honoka'a is on the Big Island on the north side. Now I'm just kind of talking a little bit while you're going to get crystals, okay? Okay, all right. And yeah, I let anybody touch and hug her, and I also have another 650-pound smoky quartz celestial earth keeper, and it kind of looks like a turtle. And I know a lot of people will come by the big crystal and just kind of sit there and be really quiet and just think about, you know, what they would like to manifest. And when I was in, oh yeah, it's been so long ago, California, yeah. I had a store in California. I would have a lot of the movie stars come by because I was in Topanga Canyon. All right, so if you got your crystals, we're going to start the work. So sit down, put your feet flat on the ground. Put your back as straight as you can, your spine as straight as you can. And put your hands in your lap, palms up, and I want you to start breathing, taking some gentle deep breaths, but not so you hyperventilate on me, okay? So inhale light and exhale out everything that no longer serves you, and imagine that energy going through the violet flame back to God, and you fill up with more of your divine essence. So keep doing that till I tell you to stop. You breathe in light and exhale out everything that doesn't serve you, that's in your body. And as you're doing that, I surround each and every one of you in a bubble of golden flame. I add to that the blue flame of protection, the violet flame of transmutation, the green flame of healing, and I seal you in the pink flame of love, and I call to your teachers, guides, masters, and all the angels, and we invite them in not only to help this energy work for you, be gentle, loving, and kind, but we're going to invite them in to do the light work and, you know, stay after we're done with this part of it and add their energy to the light work we're going to be doing. So take one more deep breath and exhale out everything that no longer serves you, and imagine that energy going through the violet flame back to God, and you fill up with your divine essence. I want you to imagine this incredible divine healing energy coming down from God, coming into the top of your head, and allow that energy to flow through your brain, and as it flows through your brain, every cell and a molecule of your brain reconnects to the Creator, and you become this conscious spiritual being filled with all these unlimited new potentials. And now allow that energy to flow out your third eye. And now feel it drift a little farther and allow it to come out your throat chakra. And now feel it come out of your heart chakra. And feel it drift a little bit farther and let it come out of your solar plexus. And now feel it come down a little bit farther and allow it to flow out of your belly button chakra. And now let it come out of your sacral. And feel it flow out of your root chakra. So allow that divine energy to flow all the way down your legs. Let it go out your feet and send it into the earth. Let it flow down your arms and out your hands, and allow it to flow down your spine. So I want you to take one more deep breath, and this time as you exhale, I want you to feel everything and anything that's dark or negative gently be released through your body that's left, and as you exhale, then breathe normal. And as you're doing that, I call to Michael the Archangel to come forth and cut all ties to any energy you've taken on that's not yours, whether it's from a friend, relative, acquaintance, stranger, anybody you work with, animals, old lovers, friends, strangers, acquaintances, anybody that may have affected you on a karmic level. And as all that unwanted energy is peeled off of you gently like an onion skin, it all goes through the violet flame back to God, and you fill up with your divine essence. And now I want Michael to come forth, cut all ties to reptile, dinosaur energy, secret societies, organized religion. Cut all ties to any oaths, vows, curses, hexes, rituals that could have been done to you or your family, going backwards and forwards, hundreds of thousands of generations, or anything you could have done, consciously or unconsciously. And as all that unwanted energy too is peeled off of you gently like an onion skin, it all goes through the violet flame back to God, and you fill up with more of your divine essence. And now I want Michael to come forth, canal ties to any effigies that have been misused against you. That's any elemental of yours was used to hurt you or anyone, including anything you own. Clothes, hair, picture, your name spoken, written, just thought of, or anything you have your energy on. And as ties to all those elementals are cut, I call the violet flame through them to clean them up, the angel light energy to heal. We release all that unwanted energy back to God, and you fill up with more of your divine essence. And now I want Michael to come forth, canal ties, and remove, and we also command those elementals to be neutral and only remit love. And now I want Michael to remove any energy implants that have been done to you or anything that could have carried over from any other lifetime because of dark magic, voodoo, dark witchcraft, or just dark thoughts sent your way. So I want the stick, pin, needle, or knife that's in your crown chakra removed from your third eye, your throat, heart, solar plexus, belly button, root, feet, hands, spine, eyes, ears, nose, mouth, hips, teeth, anywhere in your body that's out of balance. And as you feel all those pins, needles, and knives being very gently removed, imagine all those spaces immediately fill up with the violet flame to clean it up, the angel light energy to heal it. We release all that unwanted energy back to God, and you fill up with more of your divine essence. And now I want Michael to come forth, canal ties to patriarchy, genocide, rape, incest, slavery, prostitution, persecution, circumcision, removing any energy overlay that's trying to manipulate you, keeping you from connecting with God, healing yourself, being successful, fulfilling all your divine missions, and living your life in joy. And as all that unwanted energy is gently released, it's keeping all these wonderful things from coming to you. We send it through the violet flame back to God, and you fill up with more of your divine essence. So if there is anybody out there that's directing any kind of dark energy at you, whether it's through dark magic, witchcraft, or just dark thoughts or frequencies, we're going to ask them to stop, step forward, and enlighten if they choose to continue, which is their free will. We ask their higher selves and guardian angels to put them in a position of harmlessness. We surround them in a bubble of mirror. The mirror faces them 2 inches from their nose. And as long as they do that dark work, that energy stays contained in the bubble of mirror. And I add the violet flame to the bubble of mirror to transmute that energy so they have no forward movement, and the bubble of mirror stays up 24/7, 365 days a year until they do works of good. So I call your higher self and ask your higher self now to activate your divine blueprint for perfect health. And as it's activating inside your body, I'm going to call to the Creator to allow that energy just to come also pouring over you. You know, like just like warm water. Or you might just be getting all these chills coming down. Real light energy. And that's your blueprint for perfect health. And allow all this energy to integrate in a very gentle, kind, loving way with your cells, your atoms, your molecules, all your internal organs going all the way down into your DNA. And with every breath now, you're going to also integrate and keep integrating for the rest of the show. Now I want you to imagine that we're in this huge stadium. And you got people to the right, people to the left, and it's just filled, packed with all these light workers of like-mindedness. And we're going to put in the center of the stadium this huge 2,200-ton crystal. Let's make it big, right? To amplify our work, and we're going to do bubbles of light and put in there what we need to work on. And I'm going to ask that you just blast this work with energy so it really manifests. So now you're holding people to the hands to the right and to the left, and I want you to feel yourself reconnect to the Creator. You know, you're sending up this golden cord from the top of your head, and as it reconnects to the Creator, all this incredible energy just comes pouring into the top of your head, and it just comes pouring into your body. And you should feel lighter. And anywhere that you're out of balance or you have any discomfort, we're going to ask some of this energy to go to that area and just stay there and heal it and raise its energy. Now I want you to send love to the right, and as the energy flows to the right, you know, all the angels and all the masters, teachers, guides, all our ancestors are invited. All the people who are doing light work and energy work, we're going to add their energy to what we're doing tonight and send love and light to the left. And as the energy flows to the left, the circle is closed, so only that which is light may enter. And we're going to ask the trees to join us and send the energy out through the trees into the earth so the earth can really feel our work, and let it go out through the branches so everyone else on the planet can feel it. And we call to the rock stones, crystals, minerals, and all the earth keeper crystals to lock in to the circle and to this earth keeper in the center. We're going to ask that all the stones in the Smithsonian and all the museums lock in. All the stones that people are using for light work with their permission to lock into this circle tonight in our big crystal in the center, the earth keeper. And we call to all the grids, ley lines, meridians, domes, obelisks, pyramids, all the sacred and holy spots on the planet to lock into our work. And I'm going to ask that everyone that's participating receive a healing. And that, Mother, Father, God, you guide us into doing that. Our will, but thy will be done. So be it. So, in your mind's eye, release their hands and again, feel yourself reconnect with the Creator and feel all this incredible energy flow down into the crown chakra, come pouring out of your body into the center and into this bubble of light. And in this bubble of light, we're going to put the white male racist Republican Party and the unenlightened Democrats in a position of harmlessness. So we call to Michael the Archangel to cut all ties that the Republican Party and unenlightened Democrats have to any satanic black magic that is keeping them in power. We cut all ties to all their money sources, including the Koch brothers. We send this money energy back to God to clean it up. Now let's send all those money sources back to the poor and those that are standing up to the Republicans, including all recall groups. We ask that these groups receive lots of donations and excited fresh volunteers to make the recall successful, replacing the Republican Party, racist and unenlightened Democrats, along with Trump, with a compassionate, kind, awakened spiritual being. We remove all veils that are around all people living in the United States that are keeping them from connecting to the Creator to become awakened spiritual beings. As they reconnect to the Creator, see them becoming conscious beings, seeing truth, and through all the lies and deceptions, as transparency is manifested. See the masses filled with all kinds of divine inspiration on how to remove the Republican, white racist, and unenlightened Democrats from office through political channels, holding special elections, to remove them from office, replacing them with a human being, light worker, filled with compassion for all life forms. We see the Republicans, white racists, and unenlightened Democrats being recalled and removed from office now. We see the Republicans, the white racists, and unenlightened Democrats being recalled and removed from office now. We see the Republicans, the white racists, and unenlightened Democrats being recalled and removed from office now. We call to Ganesha to place many obstacles in the way of the Republicans, the white racists, that want to create and implement programs that are not good for Earth nor any life forms. Programs that are intended to hurt and harm the poor, see them all falling apart. As people awaken, see them going to their Republican and unenlightened Democrats representative and speaking their minds of discontent with all their agendas. As the Republicans and unenlightened Democrats awaken, connecting them to the Creator that now allows them to see the horror that they wanted to create, then being inspired to correct it with compassionate love of service for others. See them now funding all social programs, Meals on Wheels, including women's health care clinics, to name a few. We cut ties to the fear of women and all the obsessive need to control them. I called the higher self of all Republicans to step forward into the light, cut all the ties, Michael the Archangel and Shiva, to unbalance fear of women, abortion, obsession, patriarchy, genocide, rape, pillage, plunder, incest, greed, power, gladiator mentality, military war, might is right mentality, from their energy field, cells, atoms, molecules, all the way down to their DNA, going through all the incarnations. As this energy is released, I call the violet flame through them and all their works that are misdirected. Cut all ties to all black art and negative ceremonies that are being done, and any will to manipulate humanity and earth for greed and profit. As it is released, I call divine male-female consciousness to their hearts that will flow to the reptilian part of their brain. I call their higher selves to guide these men to releasing all women slaves and anyone being used as slave labor. Let us fill them up with divine respect for women, life, the planet, and all living things. See men's higher selves guiding them to accepting divine matriarchy and opening their heart, throat, and crown chakras. As these centers open, see them being very balanced, loving, kind, generous, peaceful, supporting women and groups that are in the light. Fill all these men with divine joy, divine mission, respecting the goddess within, and giving freedom and honor to all women. See them becoming kinder and allowing women to be equal, divinely conscious beings. We cut all ties to all executive orders that Trump has written and retained in the office of the Great Seal. We violet flame them to clean up all dark energies. Now we reconnect all those orders to the Creator and command them to be neutral, no more forward movement. All black magic, giving any of his executive orders energy being canceled, cleared, and neutralized. We now see all Trump's executive orders being rolled back and stricken from the books. We cut all ties to Trump, Steve Bannon, and along with any complicit Republican or unenlightened Democrat vision of reinventing the USA and the world. We see this energy having all forward movements stopped, also dissolving completely. See all their Nazi plans falling apart. We cancel clear Trump and the Republicans' new health care bill that is really a tax benefit for the rich. We see this energy also being neutralized and dissolved to nothing. No more forward movement. We call the higher selves of the Republican constituents and ask that they email, phone, appear in person at the Republicans' office and voice their displeasure of their actions, making it clear that if the Congress and Senate pass this bad bill, they will be removed from office. We call the higher self of Trump and all Republicans trying to keep him in power to step forward in the light of God, stop acting like Nazi reptilians, leave all the social programs and citizens' rights intact, and roll back all laws that hurt the mass general public. And if you choose not to, which is your free will, I ask your higher selves and guardian angels to put you all in positions of harmlessness, letting awakened spiritual beings take their place. And that means that they're recalled. So let those recalls and impeachment gain lots of forward movement now. We call the higher selves of all law enforcement to also reconnect to the Creator. And as they become awakened spiritual beings, they see through Trump's plans and choose not to cooperate, siding with the people. Let them become more conscious of all the income and benefits the government has taken from them, choosing to become the protector of the poor, standing down on all orders that is against the Constitution. This brings them much joy and pride as they become good cops. We cut all addiction ties that Trump and the Republican Party and unenlightened Democrats have to greed, money, and gold. We cut all addictive ties Trump has for greed, adoration, and drive to become a dictator. cancel, clear, cancel, clear, cancel, clear. If it's for Trump's and the Republicans' highest good that their karma is returned to them now for their actions against women, the poor, and the planet, then let it be done, which may include loss of all money, all supporters of any kind, and all power. Let the magic of protection be removed from around them and their plans now. If it's for Trump's highest good and for the good of everyone in the USA and the world, let him be tried for treason, be sent to prison for all his crimes against the people of the world. We see Trump, his family, and cabinet doing jail time for their acts of treason. We see them all being removed from office in a way no one will be hurt nor harmed, replaced with a compassionate humanitarian. Let's send energy out to all the enlightened Democrats and awakening Republicans standing up for the earth and all life forms. May they be sent everything they need to be successful. Now chant with me. May divine enlightenment descend on all Republicans, white racists, and unenlightened Democrats now. May divine enlightenment awaken with all Republicans, white racists, and unenlightened Democrats now. May divine enlightenment descend on all Republicans, white racists, and unenlightened Democrats now. May divine enlightenment awaken within all Republicans, white racists, and unenlightened Democrats now. One more time. May divine enlightenment descend on all Republicans, white racists, and unenlightened Democrats now. May divine enlightenment awaken within all Republicans, white racists, and unenlightened Democrats now. So fill that up with light and love, and let's take a deep breath and release it. All right, so again, take a gentle deep breath. And as you exhale, we're going to create another bubble of light. And in this bubble of light, we're going to put Steve Bannon, who is Trump's chief strategist, in this bubble of light. So we call the Trump's chief strategist Steve Bannon's higher self to help him step forward in the light. And if he chooses not to, which is free will, we ask his higher self to put him in a position of harmlessness. We surround him in a bubble of mirror that contains his energy with the violet flame added to transmute all his out-of-balance thoughts and plans back to light. This bubble of mirror stays up 24/7, 365 days a year until he works for light. We call to Michael the Archangel to cut all ties Bannon has with Trump, Priebus, Pence, Paul Ryan, Kellyanne Conway, Eric Prince, and his neo-Nazi Blackwater mercenary militia, the Breitbart News, all Christian white supremacists, and Nazis. As ties between these beings groups are cut, see their agendas falling apart. Now cut all ties Bannon has to Hitler and trying to manifest the Fourth Reich by force of will or by satanic magic. We remove all magic surrounding Bannon now. We remove all veils of invisibility that surrounds him so people see him clearly as a Nazi that needs to be removed from the White House through legal means. See all these plans, magic falling apart now. We cut all ties Bannon has to Albert Pike and manifesting World War III by creating chaos through the Muslim world. See all satanic magic trying to move this dark agenda forward. Filling with so much light, the plans fall apart. See all the federal judges also standing up and making clear they will not uphold this illegal law. We send energy to the ACLU for stepping up and defending the civil rights of Muslims. See the spiritual warriors coming out for justice in a nonviolent way with success. Imagine all Nazi swastika symbols reversing So the energy now brings in peace and prosperity back to the earth and humanity. Every time anyone looks at a Nazi swastika, see the energy being reversed into its correct positive direction. We cut the ties to anyone whose intent is to misuse any sacred symbols. We call the violet flame through the symbols to clean them up, and we reconnect those symbols to the divine. See these energies being reversed to their positive, correct direction now. As Bannon tries to misuse the swastika, by bringing in chaos, see it reverse, bringing in peace and prosperity to everyone. See all his plans of shock events falling apart and backfiring on him. If the swastika symbol was used to set humanity's collective solar plexus backwards, we now reverse directions and see humanity moving forward in light and love. See Christian evangelicals increasingly waking up to the truth as people realize they're being played. See them reorganize to challenge the leaders who are pulling the strings. Let them express divine compassion for all. As all these veils are removed from the masses, see a great awakening of consciousness with everyone given lots of divine guidance on how to move forward in the light. Let's remove all energy veils of magic that Bannon has put over Trump. See these veils, and as they're removed, let Trump understand that Bannon is trying to make himself king and fire him, unconsciously replacing him with a light worker. See all Bannon's plans falling apart on every level. Let us now send lots of energy to all our Earth's grids, the morphogenetic grid, ley lines, domes, obelisks, pyramids, and all the sacred spots on the planet, to also correct our timeline back to peace and prosperity. Fill it up with light and love, and let's take a deep breath and release it. All right, so again, feel that divine energy flow down and form another bubble of light. And in this bubble of light, we're going to put everyone on the planet, all Earth and all living beings, okay? So let there be light. We call to Michael the Archangel to remove all satanic overlays that are keeping people from reconnecting to the Creator, to become awakened spiritual beings. As they awaken, they see clearly through all that was once illusion instead of seeing what is real. They now see truth in everything presented and given the divine solutions on what to do to fix the challenges presented. May divine enlightenment descend on everyone now. May divine enlightenment awaken within everyone now. As more people awaken, then see them creating mass boycotts. See them boycotting all the things that were harmful to people, and that they're no longer buying, and they just stop using them. See this divine boycott as an enlightened solution. No customers, no production. As more people awaken, so did the army and police who stood in solidarity with the boycotts, and the corporations could not do anything against the boycotts. See the light getting so strong that people all over the world demanded justice for the planet and all life forms. See courts of justice being set up all over the world to bring all those complicit with poisoning the planet and all life forms to trial. As all veils of dark magic of any kind are removed from these beings, we ask that if it's for their highest good to be found guilty of genocide of the planet, then so be it. See all manufacturers of all things that are harmful to humans, animals, and plants being found guilty of genocide of the planet, including GMO food industry, chemical and pharmaceutical industry, military industrial complex, tobacco and alcohol industry, the nuclear industry, gasoline, car manufacturers, many business people, many doctors, all politicians, bankers who have become rich by allowing all this to happen. See them being arrested with life sentences, also being stripped of all their wealth. we now redirect that wealth to go back into cleaning up the planet, social programs, and health care, to name but a few. See divine enlightenment descend on the masses now. See divine enlightenment awaken within the masses now. So fill everyone up and everything in this bubble of with light. And we're going to ask that all the beings on the planet, maybe they be given a heart's desire. And then when they get it, they recognize it. And it brings them much joy. And as they receive the joy and they feel the joy, it raises the energy of the planet. All right, fill this bubble of light up with light and love. And we're going to take a deep breath and release it. So again, we're going to create another bubble of light. And in this bubble of light, we're going to put all the crystals around Washington, D.C., the crystal grid, and all the stones in the Smithsonian. So let there be light. Let's synchronize our intention to activate the crystal grid to stop evil choices from being made by the people coming into the grid field of the crystals, activating their Christ consciousness. That's in the Washington, D.C. area. They are now able to make decisions for the highest good of all. See people putting divine enlightenment in action in all aspects of their lives. We call to Michael the Archangel to cut all ties to all negative male patriarchal energy that is being sent through the quartz crystals that the Washington obelisk was built with. Now anchor the violet flame to transmute this energy at the base of the obelisk and through our crystal grid that continually transmutes any out of balance energy back to light. See all energy veils that is keeping people from seeing the nuclear meltdown at Fukushima, Japan being lifted. As people awaken, they also become aware of the nuclear meltdown in Fukushima and start taking action. Let the divine ideas flow and come to the surface on how to correct the situation. And it's given to many people who share their ideas freely with others. See the Japanese government stepping aside and letting knowledgeable people come in to take over the nuclear plant and be divinely inspired on how to correct and fix this nuclear challenge. We called with all the cosmic beings for help with the radiation, either removing it from the planet or turning it into something that is beneficial for the planet and all life forms. So really quick, we're going to create an invisible black hole over the nuclear meltdown in Fukushima, Japan also, and see the radiation now being sucked off the planet like a nuclear, like vacuum cleaner, being replaced with pure, clean air. And we're also sending all this energy to everyone in the Washington area and all the decision makers, and let them be aware of Fukushima and start talking about it and start taking some action. And stop hiding it and pretending it's not even going on. And we're going to ask them all to step forward in the light and start working for God and start making wonderful decisions for the planet and all life forms. And if they choose to work for the dark side, which is their free will, we're going to ask their higher selves and guardian angels to put them in a position of harmlessness, replacing them with a humanitarian. All right, fill that up with light and love, and let's take a deep breath and release it. So again, we're going to create another bubble of light, and who should we put in there this time? Ooh, yep, let's do Trump. So we're again called all the crystals in the Washington, D.C. area to amplify light and transparency everywhere in the capital. We ask the Creator to remove all energy overlays that is keeping the public from seeing all the unnecessary expenses that the Trump family is creating, that the public is paying for. See the mass general public demanding Trump either stop going on as many vacationing trips to Mar-a-Lago or pay for the trips himself, no longer using taxpayer funds. We call the higher selves of everyone in the United States to realize that Donald Trump is a national and world security threat. We ask that every American, Republican and Democrat, they need to demand that their representatives, judicial and elected, stand up and insist that the Trump administration be suspended until questions are answered completely and satisfactorily to an independent investigative panel with full judicial oversight. We call to Michael the Archangel to remove all overlays of magic that is keeping the Congress and Senate from standing firm and putting Trump on presidential timeout or impeachment. Now, see the Trump administration being suspended or put on pause and not being able to eliminate or put any new programs in action until all questions are answered. See Congress and Senate making Donald Trump show all his tax returns or the independent investigator. Let there be transparency. Let him not be able to hide anything. And that includes his children, his wife, his staff. If there are connections with Russia, let it be brought up. Let there be full transparency and be done in a way where right action will be taken and he is impeached and removed from office. So fill it up with light and love, and we're going to take a deep breath and release it. All right, let's do another bubble of light. In this bubble of light, I want to put all your family, anybody that you know that needs healing, anybody that has lost a family relative or friend, anybody who has lost a friend through suicide. Put them in this bubble of light. Put those families in this bubble. Put yourself in this bubble of light and feel that healing energy and recharge and regenerate. And we're going to ask the violet flame to blaze through the bubble and transmute all negative energy. So if you got problems with the family, let it be burned off through the violet flame. And now see yourself hugging each other and being kind and helpful. And the more helpful you are to each other, the more joy it gives you. And it's like that wonderful ripple that ripples onward, paying it forward. And I want the light workers to fill up with so much light that they magnetize everything they need to them, whether it's more people to work with, or whether it's the money they need to manifest to move forward, be successful, whether it's a great job, a lovely home, whatever they need to be comfortable so they can do their work. And I'm going to call to Ganesha, the remover of obstacles, to remove all those obstacles out of the way so everyone can move forward. And I want to put in all your missions and your divine purposes. And I'm going to ask that it's energized and it's got so much energy that you all move forward. So fill this all up with light and love, and we're going to take a deep breath and release it. So we're going to close. And when we close, we do 3 ohms. And you can ohm with me. I don't care if you think you're out of tune, because if we were all putting our hands on the crystal, it would be pure harmony, because it's like that when we do our Thursday night circles at the store. All right, ready? 3 ohms. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May all the beings in all the worlds be happy. And we release all the teachers, guides, masters. We bless them. Thank you. Now, everybody, you need to ground. If you got that stone hematite, which I really recommend you all get, you might want to grab it and feel yourself now. Put your feet flat on the floor and feel the earth energy come up. It's coming up your legs, and as it's coming up your legs, you're feeling very grounded, very back in body. Now, y'all, we did a lot of energy work tonight. You might be feeling a little lightheaded. That's why we need to ground, and you need to hold that hematite or get some lodestone, okay? If you can't find it, I have a rock shop. Contact me. You know, I'm all over the place. You can contact me through my website, through Facebook, Google+, LinkedIn. I'm a twit. I am on Twitter. But you need that to ground. And if you're still really lightheaded after the show, come on, it's springtime, it's summertime. Go outside, find a tree, and put your hands on the tree and send all your excess energy in the tree into the tree. And then when you're done that for about 30 seconds, ask the tree to send you energy back. And you immediately ground. It's really awesome. Or eat later. That'll help you ground a little bit. You know, take a nice warm bath. But the tree thing is awesome. Now, if you like some of the prayer work and the energy work that we did, I post them on Facebook. I post them on Google, on the Enlightenment website, in Shutterfly.com, in Enlightenment 2017. Facebook, of course. And, you know, that way you can keep doing them during the week, and you can also read them with me while I'm doing them on air and giving even more energy. What we do together does make a big difference. Believe me. And if you don't think the other side doesn't do group work, oh, Lordy, they certainly do. So I honor you for tuning in tonight and joining me for this hour of service. Now, next week, I am going to have, oh my goodness, his name is Enganga. He's an Eskimo shaman. Whew, boy, you should hear me. I think that was bad, and I know I butchered his name. You should hear me speak Hawaiian, and I've lived here 12 years. I have trouble speaking English. Well, what can I say? Okay. But he is a wonderful shaman Eskimo, and we're going to talk about climate change and, you know, what his life was like growing up, because he's also an elder, a young elder. So that will be interesting, and that's on the 9th. And the 23rd, I've got Elliot Adams coming on, and Elliot is really, really wonderful. I love Elliot. He's very knowledgeable. He's an veteran that has become an incredible peace activist, and that's one of the things he teaches is how to go out there and, you know, if you're going to go to a march or, you know, how to do it peacefully and, you know, to really hold your own. It's really, really incredible, and I can't wait to bring him on because he always has new and great things to talk about. The 6th through the 8th, Brasso will be back on, and if you don't know who Brasso is, he's a Croatian healer, and he'll be online, brasso.me. He does gazing. You're on, you know, he gazes for 5 minutes, and I've had a lot of wonderful experiences and a lot of magic happen when I've done the gazing, and I love the energy work when it's free. You know, I'm that old school. Give me that old F word, and it's awesome. And I mean free. Okay, what were you thinking? So I do show up. He's going to be on the 6th, 7th, and 8th. And again, it's on the internet. I always take advantage of that. Keep up your light work, guys. You really, really are important. You know, even if you just chant, may divine enlightenment descend on everyone now. May divine enlightenment awaken within everyone now. call it down for Trump, call it down for your friends, your kids, people you work with. The more we do it, the quicker we are going to quantum leap the world into enlightenment. However, like I said, you got to really give your attention and energy to where it's the darkest and where you see the people are at the lowest rung of the enlightenment ladder. And I don't know about you guys, but for me, it's white racist. And, the Republicans are right there for what they're, judge them by their works. And they're pretty nasty guys. And how they can go and celebrate after patting themselves on the back to give themselves a big tax break so 23 million people can be shoved off of health care and take away social programs, and they can't even look their constituents in the eye. They know they're doing wrong. I want to know, where in the hell is their families in all of this? I mean, they're standing proud behind Daddy. Their wife is going, oh, honey, taking 23 million people off of health care. Oh, baby, baby. Oh, man, that is so hot. That's pretty sick and twisted. Where are the families? Their families. Don't their wives, their wives agree with them 100% on these things? Because if they do, holy crap. You need to send them a little bit of energy, a lot of energy too, don't you think? So just take a minute for yourself and think, to you, where is the darkest spot on the planet? And you can have 2 or 3. It's really okay. And that's where you send the energy to. You can do it. You don't have to wait for me to tell you we need to direct it this way or that way. Spirit will put it right in front of your face. And send light to all those people there. Send light to all the workers, the light workers. That little bit of energy, you just don't know whose life you may be saving. Maybe the planet's. Well, again, I've got to say thank you so much for tuning in. And we have got Spaced Out Radio with Dave Scott. Yay! I finally remembered. He will be on next. I guess he's full of some really groovy music. And I hope I see you next week, guys. Well, I won't see you, but I hope you tune in. And we'll do a little bit more energy work. And bless you all for tuning in, and have a great week. Aloha.
And in all fairness, I haven't watched the show, so I don't know. I can't comment on the veracity behind it. But Hollywood has been for decades using their media to get people used to the idea of off-worlders. It's just unfortunate that many times they focus on the negative side and who got, and the aliens invading Earth. The idea of